Okay, session 2. Would anyone like to recap?
So, there's a lot that happened in the first episode.
It was a big, meaty 5-hour session.
I can try, and then we might have to bump set spike this a little bit. So, Noctis, Syretia, Saarebas, and Voheim, 4 intrepid people, all lost, all wandering for various reasons in a growing snowstorm, meet up together as Saarebas was being pursued by some creepy wolf things. We then, as a party, ran into a little ghost man named Ten, who invited us to help him help someone else. We followed him to where we found a hollowed out tree, and inside that tree was a little baby named Dove. We then accepted the quest to get Dove out of the storm, and all the while being pursued, Noctis and Syretia took Dove, concealed her as Saarebas and Voheim took the front. We were met upon the road by some guards. We followed them to their outpost. After getting there, but before Dove could make it inside, we were attacked by some creepy werewolves who were in some sort of a thrall state. They're being controlled by some malevolent force who's after Dove. Unfortunately, during the battle, Dove was taken away. At least it was by someone who seemingly wants to protect Dove, because Ten said that Dove was special. So then we followed the blood trail of the person who captured Dove, which led us to a cliff, and then a pathway was made across said cliff. We followed it to a fortified location, walked inside. We were denied access because it is unfortunately a stronghold of the Templars, and they refused us entry. They were going to make us wait for a 24-hour quarantine, but it's also freaking cold, so we all passed out from exposure. But luckily, the boss person in charge seemingly had us brought inside while we were all just on the cusp of consciousness.
You nailed it.
Yeah, you got everything. Pretty much.
I will also add that during the battle with the werewolves, a life was lost. A man had fled, and another man had bestowed a token upon your group.
Oh yeah, we got the Inquisition mark.
Yeah, it came in real handy.
3 very different fates of these 3 men.
Yes.
Alrighty. With that, we shall begin. And like I said, RP is 100% welcomed and encouraged. So don't feel like you're hogging the spotlight or taking the reins away from anybody. I assure you, you're not. You're adding valuable sauce to this wonderful session. Despite the scratchiness of straw and the roughness of burlap sheets, most of you find immense comfort awaking in beds. After nearly a day's worth of frostbite-inducing cold, you feel the sweet embrace of warmth. The castle walls around you shield everyone from the surrounding blizzard completely. As your eyelids flutter back to consciousness, you appear to be in a cozy resting area filled with cots, wooden tables, a bar, rows upon rows of bookshelves lining the walls, and a massive fireplace. You are in the keep of a castle, where people around you converse quietly under candlelight. The first one to wake is Voheim. But before you do, your body begins to convulse with a searing pain. Its source, your bite wound you sustained fighting the werewolves the previous night. and you hear a razor-sharp whispering in your head as, before you regain consciousness, images fly through your brain until a dark, almost featureless face opens its eyes wide and says, "Your first dreams will be nightmares," as you jolt awake.
Mm.
And as you throw yourself up in a sweat of panic, there is a rather plump human man that seems startled by you jolting up. He was waiting on a bed near yours. You can see his round spectacles have they've gone askew, and as he readjusts them and looks at you with much concern, you meet each other's gaze, and he says, "What has happened? Are you all right?"
Before Voheim answers, the first thing he would do is pat himself down to see if all of his items are still on him.
No roll necessary. You immediately do a bit of an inventory check. Your belongings are all there.
Okay. Weapons included?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Voheim does the dad patting of the pockets, making sure that all of his stuff is still there, and then sort of inhales deeply, looks back over to the bespectacled gentleman and says, "I'm sorry, what did you say?"
That reaction of yours, are you all right? You didn't have a dream, did you? That shouldn't happen. You're a dwarf, see?
Yes, I must have seen you or heard you as I woke or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never meant to wake you.
Well, that's fine. I'd rested long enough.
You're part of the new four they brought in, right?
At this point, Voheim would stand to his feet and sort of jerk his head back over to you and says,
"What do you mean by new four?"
Just the most recent arrivals. I only arrived here myself a few days ago.
Oh, that's very fascinating. Would you mind telling me who's in charge in this place?
Oh, that would be Elmander. He's usually up at the top of the tower. I'm sure he'll want to speak with you.
The feeling is mutual. What brings you to this place?
Well, he kind of looks around like he's not used to divulging this information so easily. Well, you see, I'm a traveling apostate, and I'm no longer welcome where I come from, so I found a home here. My name's Neil Bamul.
An apostate.
Yes, I'm not exactly allowed to practice my magic, but they don't seem to mind here.
That's odd. I would have thought they would have cared very much about you doing that here.
Oh, well, we're under the watch of them. And he gestures behind you. And you actually see two heavily armored individuals with their swords drawn, at ease, standing at attention with their sword upside down on the ground, holding it with two hands, flanking each side of you. They seem to be watching vigil over you.
In a lower tone, Voheim would say, is he sitting on like a bench or something? Like, what's Neil?
You both are on cots. You both are sitting
okay.
on cots made of straw and like reused burlap sack in the place of sheets.
Right. Voheim would like sit up so that way he's staring more or less eye to eye. And he would say,
I don't suppose some of the magic that you are still permitted to use would be of the healing variety, would it?
Actually, I was looking after you. I was tasked. I'm still looking to prove myself, and I said I could look after one of the new arrivals.
Voheim's hand would instinctively go to wherever the wound was to see if it's still there.
I could not discern what you were bitten by, sir. Were you attacked on your way here?
Attacked is too safe and nice a word.
You must be quite strong to ward off such a creature. Never been in a fight like that myself.
Not so strong as I am angry.
Oh?
I should be less so once I've been given some food.
Well, you won't have to worry about that. As he kind of lightens up a little bit, and he gestures over near the fireplace, where you see the silhouette of a rather burly man. A very big, not necessarily heavy set, but just like big, muscular man. Wearing an apron, as well as a smaller, more like hunchback individual. Both working what seems to be a fire spit and a small makeshift kitchen across the room.
Voheim would stand up and put one hand on Neil's shoulder and sort of pat it and say,
Well, I am indebted to you for whatever good you might have done myself or my companions.
Oh, no, you're welcome. You seem to be in rough shape, and again, it was a chance for me to prove my worth, so I should be thanking you.
Tell me, you said that you've been keeping track of the comings and goings of the other people in this place?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know much. I'm one of the only humans here. I'm mostly a stranger to everyone still.
All right, well,
Yourself.
did you happen to see somebody with a child come through here?
Not that I know of. Some of the elves are rather young, but I don't know how their ages work.
Did
I don't believe there's
anybody
any children here.
Did anybody come to you for medical attention?
No, just you and your adventuring party. Practically dropped here where you are right now.
Stone curse it! I didn't know that a blood trail could lie.
Blood trail? Wait. Are you some kind of investigator?
I'm some kind of a fool is what I am. We followed our quarry this direction. That's what brought us to this place.
Oh, well. A lot of them are on the run, you see, including myself. We're not legal apostates. You're not in league with the Red Templars, are you?
Voheim spits on the ground at you saying that and says,
Never.
Ah. Well, that's good. As you have this rather pleasant conversation with this man, across the room from you, in a similar makeshift bed, is the second to wake, that being Syretia. Syretia, you awake pleasantly. See someone looking down at you, almost waiting for you to awake. Not necessarily in a creepy way, but just a very patient and awaiting sort of way.
Okay. I think
This
she'll
is a
wake.
taller, slender, elven woman with
Hmm.
swept back brown hair, and she looks at you very calmly.
I think when she wakes up, she'll kind of like, they do that thing where you like rub your eyes to like fully wake up, and she'll like see her and be like, "Hi,
Hello.
who are you? Where am I?"
Well, my name is Minave.
Hmm.
I've been watching over you. Me and a couple of the others have.
Right. I was here with 3 other people. Are they okay?
Yes. Yes, the dwarf is recovering just over there, and the Qunari just over there, and points another direction across the room.
I think she'll look like, okay. She'll sit up. Is there a
What's
little...
your name?
Oh, Syretia. Sorry, my manners. I know better than that.
It's quite all right.
I think she's gonna look around for Odie, her little dragon. Is there a little dragon here? He would have been with me.
He hasn't left your side in
Okay.
hours.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like him.
You can see he's nestled up by your feet.
No, she'll like reach out and pet him and be like, "Good boy."
He seems to be resting.
Alright, she's gonna leave him be. I guess it's same deal. Does she have her stuff with her? Like all of her things too, if she looks?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Okay. Everyone's okay. Everyone's here. We have all of our stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
You all been well tended to. I will say, we know what you are. And I would just like to open by saying, you are more than welcome here.
I think she's gonna internally panic a little bit. Like, I don't know.
There's no need to be nervous. Really. Mages are quite fond of people like you.
Are they? Because a very dear friend of mine told me not to trust anybody.
Well, you're in rare company, Syretia.
Well, that remains to be seen, but I appreciate the kind words.
Well, it does remain to be seen. Not to sound harsh, but we're running a good thing here.
What is here
And we can-
exactly? What are you doing here?
Well, I'll let Elmander tell you that.
Who?
But I'll tell you you're safe. He's the first enchanter. He runs this place.
Right, mages. Okay.
I am but an advisor.
Mm.
From one of the other circles.
Advisor? He just looks confused.
Yes, I was brought on to make sure we run this place properly. To get it ready for official business.
Are you like some kind of special group here? I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about
Well,
Thetis factions.
like I said, all will be explained in due time, dear.
Okay, well. Is there any food? Kind of hungry.
You'll never go hungry here. And she gestures to the same cooks that was gestured to by Neil to Voheim.
Okay, well, good. Well, thank you
Look.
for...
As long as you resist the allure and power of demons, I think you'll do just fine here.
Demons?
They are a constant threat, and one we are very vigilant and watching over.
Mm.
So, I assure you we can do our best to keep you safe, but I won't lie and tell you there are some risks by being here.
Well, I've been traveling a long time. I think I've made it this far. I could probably handle myself. But thank you. Good to know there's she's kind of sounded allies here.
So that's your primary emotion, confidence.
Yes. It just nods like, yeah.
Oh, you're a terrible liar.
I know.
I like you already. It is. Before we go over to our last person to awake, you also notice that you are being watched over by two heavily armored Templars who don't seem to add anything to the conversation. Just watching you. The last in the keep to awake is Saarebas. As your eyes shoot open, you are awoken not as gently as the other two, where Voheim awoke of his own volition due to a nightmare, and Syretia awoke to someone being very patient and just waiting until it happened naturally. You feel a hand touch your shoulder, and not necessarily jerk you awake, but it's a firm hand.
I will calmly sit up and sort of sit inside of the bed and look at who's placed their hand on my shoulder.
Good. He's fine. And he looks over to the other Templars, flanking you, and they kind of loosen up a little bit. Good. You're awake. I was hoping to speak with you.
Am I your prisoner?
No, you're our guest. After all, you've proven yourself. You passed our test. And you can tell this is the same woman that greeted you at the portcullis.
I see.
Please understand. This is a highly compromisable operation we're running here, and we can't take any chances.
May I ask what the danger is?
Oh. All manner of evil. Demons, blood magic, hostile intent.
Would I know these are Templars? Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. You would see very clearly, like, they wear their insignia very proudly. It's not like they're trying to hide it.
But would my character have knowledge of Templar? Like, how common is knowledge of Templars in this? Especially because he's a foreigner.
I would say you do know what Templars are, but roll me a history check to see how much you know.
Alright. 8 + 1, 9.
Okay, 9. So you know, in Qunari society, there isn't really an equivalent to Templars. This is a very, very Ferelden or lay tradition. You know that they are meant to dispel mages that pose a threat. But you have a tough time grasping how you should behave around a Templar, seeing as they are not from your society.
You. Are you mage hunters?
Only when it's necessary. We prefer to keep them safe.
A noble profession, if not naive. Are you aware of my status as a apostate?
Yes, and we welcome them with open arms. Even a Qunari. Trust me when I say this is the perfect place for you to end up. Should you not cause a fuss.
Surprisingly naive.
Well, that's Elmander's thing. He runs the place, you see. He's in charge of this operation, and he'll want to speak with you. You and your other compatriots.
I won't say I don't appreciate the clemency.
And I appreciate your manners. It's not what I expected.
I'm in no position to make any rude. I'm in no position to overstep my bounds.
Hey, you don't threaten us. Then you're perfectly welcome here, and we have no reason to worry.
There were others I were traveling with. I take it they're here as well.
Yes, just over yonder, and there. Seems the three of you made quite the recovery. Your last companion. Well, that's what we're going to need to discuss. How long have you known each other? And you see she kind of leans forward.
Known is a generous term. We've traveled together for about a day.
Oh. Mere acquaintances. I see. Well, that explains a lot. Well, we're not one to turn away people in need. But there's something that needs to be discussed. Can you gather your party?
I'll simply stand up and sort of scan the room and see, where everyone else is at.
You see that, almost comedically, the Templar helmets just kind of raise up to meet your gaze and then follow you across the room. This faceless helmet, these faceless helmets following you as you move.
So I take it I can easily see the rest of the party. It's
Yes. As you go to check on your party mates, you can see a number of people all adorned in various kinds of robes and Dalish attire. They all seem to be very politely low volume, almost like a library. They're just talking amongst themselves, and you get the occasional side eye. But you don't feel like you're being watched from all angles. You just get people acknowledging that you're there, maybe a little curious.
I'm not at all interested in engaging with rumor mongering. I'm going to go and speak with the rest of my acquaintances.
And that you can. Who do you check on first? Voheim or Syretia?
I'll go to Voheim.
Okay. So you can see, you kind of startle Neil as you approach. He's just like... as he loses his page in his book that he was beginning to read. He's like, oh, you are awake too.
Are we acquainted?
I'm Neil, and he goes up to shake your hand.
I'll tentatively sort of reach my hand and try not to crush it.
You can see even with your light grip, he's just like, ow.
I admit, Ferelden manners are still alien to me.
Well, maybe I could teach you a thing or two, and then maybe you could teach us a thing or two. I hear people like you, the Saarebas, are very powerful. I would much like to learn some of how you do your magic. I'm just a novice myself. You can see he's like struggling. It's like talking to a celebrity.
On hearing the word Saarebas, his face immediately like sours and darkens.
Yes, I've read all about people like you. You all are incredible.
I will immediately stop engaging with Neil and then move to talk to Voheim.
Yeah, you can see he just continues talking, not realizing you're not listening. Until it's just mumble, mumble, mumble.
Dwarf.
Voheim, who's like eyes dead trained on the direction of the food, Jolts looks over at you and says,
Ah, you're awake.
And since you all are now in full light and not shrouded in darkness, Saarebas, would you like to describe yourself?
Sure. He is a very tall. I mean, well, I suppose it's rather average height for a Qunari, but for anyone else, he's quite tall, standing, a head and a half over most people. He has sort of bronzed olive skin. His eyes are beady and intimidating, and he has two very impressive, if not frightening, sort of ram horns, giving the impression of like a demonic visage, and a permanent scowl seems to be affixed to his face.
Awesome. That's rad. And as you meet this rather demonic-looking individual, Voheim, what does he see?
So from high atop your visage, looking down, Voheim is stock standard height for a dwarf. Dark facial hair that's sort of compiled into like three segments of a beard. It's sort of like cordoned off into three segments. He's got his hood pulled up that mostly covers what you can see a little tuft of his black hair. He has like a red triangular face paint thing going on, and some scarring near the lower side of his face that sort of goes into his facial hair just a little bit. Darker complexion, or his eyes are like a darker color, and he's wearing this sort of like medium armor, but he's got like a nice little half cloak type deal in this sort of darker blue color with some red accoutrement here and there. And he is just like practically salivating waiting for this food.
Awesome. And as the two of you party up once again, you leave Neil to his mumblings as you head over to Syretia, who seems to be getting off her cot as well, next to this finely dressed elven woman that she appears to be talking to.
I think after, assuming that they wrap up their conversation as the other two come over, she's gonna look over and be like, "Oh, thank goodness you're okay." And I guess as you approach, you guys can see her. She's this like, probably about 5 foot, I would say 5'4", 5'5" human girl. Very fair skin, really striking like silver eyes. It's very odd, probably for it's like not a normal hair color. Long sapphire blue hair. Probably wearing like black leathers, like light armor leathers. Has on her left arm actually a dragon tattoo, because you can see it because it's sleeveless. It's like a dragon with some flowers, and just simple like trousers, boots. You know, probably has her bow and quiver strapped on her back. Is gathering her things. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Oh, and she has like a scar on her neck. I forget which side, but it's somewhere that you would probably see too. So.
Where is your little dragon friend?
Oh, he's sleeping, and she'll probably point, assuming he's still sleeping on the bed, just point to him.
He like gets up very slowly and squints and does like a cat stretch with his like his claws forward.
I love that. That's cute.
As he looks up at the two of you.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Happy to see his two new friends again.
And then I think she'll like do the like, is it the falconer thing where she like holds out her arm to like invite him to.
He crawls up your arm and
Yeah.
perches upon your shoulder where he likes to sit.
Perfect.
After you do that with your pet, Voheim would instinctively look around, assuming that Noctis was over near you, because Voheim didn't see Noctis over there. So Voheim would start scanning the room and say,
Where is our other compatriot?
I don't know.
Yes, you're looking for him, aren't you?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, that's what Elmander and Evangeline would like to talk to you about.
Are they okay?
Oh, they're alive.
Are they hurt?
You were all hurt,
Well, I mean,
and you all have been tended to. But there's just something we need to clear up before we proceed.
okay. Just kind of look at the other two. But
yeah, Voheim would shoot a glance at both Saarebas and Syretia, just like, what?
Are they in trouble?
That depends on your answers. And his answers. Why don't you follow me?
Okay. Sure.
And she glances over to the Templar you were talking to, Saarebas, and just says, "We're ready." And then she goes like, "Good, Elmander's waiting." And those Templars that were guarding your cots now both lead and serve as the caboose for your little for your escort up the stairs.
Voheim watches the food for
Spiral.
as long as he can before we go out of sight.
Wow.
Yes, it's a smell that leaves you wanting. Something that makes your belly moan.
Questioning a dwarf before he'd had his breakfast is a horrible idea.
There'll be much time for that, Sir Dwarf, I promise.
Yes, well, let's get this over with.
As you wish. And these people lead you up the stairs. This human Templar, this elven woman, and these faceless armored Templars. You go up this spiraling staircase all the way to the top of the keep's tower. Until you find yourselves in a large domed room. The floor seems to be a sort of hardened stained glass in the pattern of what appears to be something elvish, as this blue luminescent glow shafts through the top of this dome, illuminating a perfectly lit glowing circle in the middle of the tower. An older individual with white, silvery hair and old, leathery skin stands with his hands behind his back. Well, one hand behind his back, another on his staff, as he examines the individual in the middle of this circle. Next to him is another elf, much younger, adorned in sort of these robes, but they're like armored robes, who sort of paces back and forth in her spot as they both examine who you know as Noctis in the center of this magical ring, who appears to be constrained by 2 chains on each arm, imprisoned in a mage circle.
Lord.
And I will say now, knowing that your character is under the imprisonment spell, chained down to the floor, what do your 3 party mates see when they approach you, Noctis?
So Noctis is an elf, Dalish elf, has like the tattoos that they have on the face, and pale, like dirty blonde hair that's kind of a mess, I think right now. Usually it isn't, but right now it is. Probably he like wears like a cape and then like almost the best way to describe it is like scholar with quotation marks on either side because he's not a scholar. And he's probably just like on his knees, restrained.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like his head's like laying down. You can't see his face.
I will say, Noctis, you are fully aware of everyone around you. You have not been questioned yet. These people seem to just have been sizing you up, examining you, as if your examination in the courtyard wasn't enough to suffice.
Mm-hmm.
And now you see your 3 acquaintances from the other night.
Voheim would instinctively start walking towards Noctis.
I think upon seeing that, Syretia's gonna be like, Noctis, and just start running towards him.
Oh.
Probably gonna get
hey.
stopped, but
It's okay. It's. I think this is all just a misunderstanding. It's okay.
And the older man pounds his staff on the ground. Let us hope.
why do you have him locked up like that? What did he do?
And you see Manave kind of whispers in his ear a little bit before he responds.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You're no more than acquaintances.
We literally just met, like, not that long ago. Not even a full day. Has it been a full day? I can't remember. But, yeah, it's like, we haven't known each other more than a day.
Well, then you probably missed the part where you were traveling with a blood mage.
Okay, I don't.
Voheim says,
What?
I don't know if Syretia would know what that is.
Voheim didn't see your transformation.
Yeah.
But but Syretia saw that, right? So that would probably be like,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Like-
Saarebas.
You
and Syretia saw
literally,
it.
you were on the ground. They saved you, and then you were you opened your eyes and were terrified.
right.
Would since my character has no formal training in magic, would he know the difference between blood magic, normal magic? Can I make an Arcana check maybe to see if I do?
I'd say yeah, either Arcana or History, whichever one you prefer.
They're
Two
both. I think they're both
different
plus
answers.
1. I'll go for Arcana. Ooh, nat 20.
Natural 20. Okay. So, Qunari culture being very different, you know that blood magic is not outright forbidden in the Qun. It's not something you could be put to death over, it's not something you'll be shunned over, but it is definitely not preferable. It's still frowned upon, basically. And you know, from other lands across Thedas and even overseas, that blood magic is strictly forbidden. If you are outside of the Tevinter Imperium, blood magic is completely taboo. And that anybody, especially an apostate, practicing blood magic is considered fugitive number 1.
I fail to understand the difference between his situation and ours. Perhaps you could enlighten me.
Well, you all are standing in Dirloch Hold. We are building a school here, a new mage circle. And we cannot, under any circumstances, allow blood mages to study here. We cannot condone it. You see this man looks not meaning to be intimidating, more just trying to connect the puzzle pieces, trying to figure out what's going on, waiting to be convinced or unconvinced. This woman, though, seems to be frowning and scowling at you as she paces back and forth.
You must forgive me, but I think you might have confused the difference between wanting to study somewhere versus trying to find shelter from the cold.
Indeed. And we are not one to turn people away to certain death.
No, just let them dance as close to death as possible before letting them inside.
I'm terribly sorry. But if we want this to work, and you can see he seems a little ashamed as the woman pipes up. It's what you had to do, Elmander. If we need to make this work, we need to do it right.
I don't understand what's going on.
That just
If
seems
you-
cruel.
If you wish to atone for the other night, you can at least let our companion out of that stupid circle and those ridiculous chains. That is, unless you don't think that all of your reinforcements could possibly take care of one person.
We don't take blood magic threats mildly. They need to be taken seriously.
I'm not a threat.
Has Noctis done anything that would be threatening to any of you since we got here?
I suppose I'm more interested in the stories you three have to tell, did this Noctis do anything to earn your trust, your favor? Anything genuine?
They were
Oh, I don't know, but saving a child that was left out to die in the cold?
They were helping us protect a child.
A child, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why we're even here.
We were
How
following
very
a trail
noble.
for the person who took the child. That led us
And the
here.
woman just goes like, how did you come upon this child?
A dude in the forest.
Okay, Voheim goes over to Syretia and says,
Do you still have the doll with you?
Yeah? You think that would work right now?
I don't know, they seem magical.
I mean, we could try it. I don't know if he's recharged, if it's been long enough, but I guess it's worth a try. Because Ten said he needed time to, like, recharge his power, right? To
Yes.
come back? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to make an Arcana check?
Sure. Me? Arcana? Yeah. Why not? Okay, Arcana. Ooh, okay, this will be... 3.
3.
3.
It's not a nat 1.
No?
That's true.
True, yeah.
I would say you hold this sack doll,
Mm-hmm.
and you definitely feel some form of energy emanating from it. That much is clear. You don't have to be a mage to feel that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as if it's any different than the night before, you have no idea.
Can I add something onto that for a little flavor?
ahead.
I think she's gonna hold up the doll and feel like the power, like you said, and she's just gonna like hold it and be like, 10? Are you there? Like, trying to see, probably not gonna get a response, but she doesn't know any better. So, and kind of like shakes it a little bit like, hello, we could use your help.
And this lady, she just goes like 10? Was there another?
And then realizing that she just said his name out loud, like, oh, shoot. No.
Ah, an old friend then.
Of yours?
I don't know.
We were
I'm
led
here.
to the child by a stranger in the forest.
He wanted our help to help the baby.
Hmm.
So, we weren't going to leave a child in the middle of a blizzard that can't defend itself. Noctis wasn't going to either.
I'd like to believe most people wouldn't,
Well,
but it's one thing to rescue a child from the cold, but to actively defend it from whatever wounds have befallen you.
Well, I
that
did.
definitely-
Noctis single-handedly was keeping a wolf from snatching away the child.
A wolf? How many?
I don't even know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a whole group of them.
Any ordinary wolves?
There was
Was there? I
Like-
can't remember.
there was a dire wolf, but then the dire wolf turned human. It was weird. It was a weird situation. And we followed her blood here. So y'all might have a problem.
A blood trail led to Dirloch Hold.
Yep.
That's the entire reason why we landed on your doorstep.
You see Almander looks to Evangeline, and she just kind of shrugs. I see now what brings you here. So you don't mean to study.
No, we're trying to save a kidnapped child.
All I want to study in this god's forsaken place is a plate of breakfast and a warm fire. And then you may expel me.
I don't understand what the big holdup is. I don't know why you got me in chains.
Because. And he turns to you and very calmly describes this situation and says, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Please. Please. Be honest.
This circle of magi is not recognized by the Chantry. If we harbor a blood mage, it never will be. Now, you seem like a nice person. That much I can see. But you must understand, your being here jeopardizes our entire mission. That is, of course, if we work out some kind of accord.
What kind?
Well, I must start by saying I have no idea where your missing child is.
Of course.
It's gathered that much.
But I must say we are in need of assistance.
What kind?
Well, Evangeline here was out on her last run to get us supplies to last through this winter storm. Seeing as you all must take shelter from such a blizzard, perhaps we can help each other. We will let you reside here in the hold. We can feed you, shelter you, and perhaps even teach you our ways. In return, we ask that you help us clear this hold. For we have only been here for 3 moon cycles. This school is very new.
Clear it of what?
Dirloch Hold is an ancient castle, built upon the remains of the old Orlesian Empire. It seems they built their castle too far into Elvish territory. Some kind of curse wiped them all out. And now this place is a hideout for bandits and a den for monsters. We've done our best to clear out what we can to make the place livable, but the entirety of the castle has not been cleared. You see, Dirloch Hold has dangers within, and we don't know how far it runs. While my magical abilities are very, very much so powerful, I mainly specialize in spirit magic. I am not one to put up a fight myself, and I need Evangeline to keep making these runs. We'll need supplies if we're to last through this winter, and we're also going to need to recruit more students before all the elves leave on their exodus.
Mm-hmm.
Their exodus? What exodus?
I'd say make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, ooh, okay. What's my modifier? Persuasion? Yes, 21.
Woo!
21.
Yep.
It is not common knowledge, but the elves are moving. That is why we're here, you see. Many elves are migrating, whisperings of ancient elven gods. But there are those that want to find a place in society, in the society we know. Elves in the city have not been given the chance they deserve. And the Dalish woodland elves are now few. We want to provide a home for the Dalish who choose to remain. The city folk that may have turned apostate or otherwise oppressed, and give them a chance.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I don't do it, you're gonna kick me out or something.
Like
Or
I
you're just
said.
gonna keep me in these chains. I have an arm ache.
Voheim would put a hand up to the old man and would do a little like huddle motion with the other two. Saarebas
Like, stop, huddle.
Yeah.
and Syretia, and just says,
I must be perfectly frank. Do not care for these people. People who spend more time looking at books than they do the real world out in front of them. However, it is possible we could utilize some of their resources to help us catch our quarry.
I mean, I don't like it either, but it's either we help them have shelter and food, or we go back out in the cold. And then what?
Yes, the dwarf is right. I suppose we have no choice for now.
Saarebas, I recommend you talk to the old man. If I speak for our group, I might say the wrong thing right now. I haven't had breakfast.
If you think that the wisest course of action.
Yes, if my stomach growls one more time, I'm going to lop someone's ear off.
Oh, here, Voheim, I might have something in my... Hold on. And she's gonna dig through her bag. She might, I don't know, she might have like berries or something she picked as a ranger. Like, it's not much, but just until we can get actual food. And just hold out like a small, like a hand of like berries she picked.
Voheim bows to you, stares daggers at the old man, and eats the berries while remaining eye contact.
I suppose I'll go over and speak to the old man about the agreement then.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, and Evangeline looks not nervous necessarily, but uncertain about what you're going to say.
Your terms seem agreeable. What about our friend over there?
And he gives you one hard look. I've met blood mages before in my time. And while most of them spiral into a path of darkness that you cannot crawl your way out of, I know some speak from a place of good. They try to make the gifts they've been given work. If you vouch for him, we will release him.
I suppose I fail to see the arbitrary distinctions you place on magic. It all seems, well, rather despicable.
In truth, we need more people like you in the world. I'm not willing to draw such harsh lines in the sand.
So, we have a deal. You release our associate, and we will handle whatever dirty work you have prepared for us.
This sounds most agreeable.
Could I make a insight check real quick to see if he has any ulterior motives with his plan?
Go ahead.
I'd
That's
like to
good
do
that
the
you did
same, but I would like to look, if you're permitting, Voheim's looking at Evangeline to watch
Okay.
her reaction.
So you're inciting Elmander, Nick, and you're inciting Evangeline.
Yep, so 9 plus 6, 15 for me.
15. Okay. Good. Plus 6. Wow. You see that first enchanter Elmander. He is trying to be as upfront and understanding as he can possibly be. He's trying to be as honest and explain the situation at hand as best he can. And while you get the sense that he has not told you everything he has told you appears to be pretty genuine. You get the hint that there's more going on with the history of this place. But you seem
Saarebas is...
Yeah, you seem to find the largely elven mage's situation currently seems very valid.
Saarebas is rather uninterested in the politicking and cultures of mage cultures and is only really concerned of whether he's being deceived, so he will readily agree to the deal.
Okay. And he takes another thump of his staff on the ground as the mage circle imprisoning Noctis dissipates. You see a slight like pulse in his eyes, a slight glow as it drops, and you are now free to raise to your feet, Noctis. As this happens, what did you roll, Voheim?
Voheim stuffing his face with berries, watching Evangeline's face just to see her reaction to our friend being freed. I only rolled a 9. He just wants to see the look on her face.
She kind of has like a... I don't know the word for it, but I do know the gesture. Where she kind of looks back at your group and back to Noctis and kind of gives you like a knowing look of like,
Watching you.
I agree to this too, but
Don't slip
don't
up.
mess this up. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to know.
Is Noctis still look like injured? Or did
No.
they get
Noctis has been
healed
cared
up?
after as
Okay.
as the rest of you have,
Okay, cool.
but they were not laid upon a bed.
Right.
So gently.
Is Noctis's bird there?
No. Interesting point. Bird is nowhere to be seen.
Ah,
I think
Well-
without thinking about it too much, Syretia's just gonna run over and hug Noctis.
oh,
Are you
it's
okay?
good to see you as well. Yeah,
You're.
are
wrist-
you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I think. Are your wrists okay? They said they
No.
healed you. Well,
They hurt real bad. I kind of pulled a little bit at the beginning when I first woke up, so
that's a reasonable reaction. I think anyone would have. Well, I'm glad you're all right.
were y'all in chains as well when you woke up?
I think for a second, Syretia thinks about being like lying. So yeah, we were. But then she thinks back to Monet being like, "You're a terrible liar," and being like, and doesn't say anything. She like gives Noctis a look like she's about to say something, and then stops. It's like,
Okay, I understand.
A touching
Didn't
reunion for
know.
people who are no more than just no better than just strangers, almost.
Well, when you have a life or death type of situation with people,
I'm just glad to be around other people again.
Mm-hmm. And you just see this Templar lady who just goes like, I know the feeling all too well. The bond that can be created from such turmoil, as she kind of eyes your party and Evangeline and Elmander.
You know, it's okay. You can relax a little bit. And she's just saying that to her. You don't need to be serious all the time.
why would you say that?
I take my duties with the utmost seriousness. That being said, I'd love to be proven wrong.
Well, it's a good thing you will be.
We'll see.
We will.
As she kind of gives you like, squints her eyes, but also kind of like smirks a little bit.
I think Syretia does the same.
It's giving. He asked for no pickles.
There's a couple orders of business before we even consider delving into the depths of Dirloch Hold.
Okay, what are they?
You two. And she points at Syretia and Voheim. I know, Sir Dwarf, you've been anxious about the food.
Oh.
Anxious is too tame a word.
Well, you'll need to acquire some food supplies should you wish to survive the depths of Dirloch. I think our chefs have just the thing for you. And you two, and points to Saarebas and Noctis. While they're acquiring food supplies, many of the students here are but novices. Nowhere close to the rank of enchanter. They don't know how to harness their powers. This place is in need of some teachers. Care to give some impromptu lessons? I'll supervise, of course.
Okay, why not? That sounds fun.
After all, a powerful Saarebas and a blood mage with what seems to be remarkable self-control could have a lot to teach.
This is definitely it's very conflicting. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Let's see.
You don't have to.
No, I'm trying to figure because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what he would do in the situation.
Noctis is just very like da-da-da.
Tal-Saarebas,
Whatever.
the potential teacher.
Oh, my himbo.
Noctis, the go with the flow kind of guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
My favorite himbo.
Allow me to be frank. I have a great deal of formal training in the art of war, but everything about magic has been self-taught.
But you've seen conflict being a warcaster.
Well, yes.
That's leagues more experience than nearly every student here has. I'm sure you could provide something of value. I myself am very curious to see what the Qunari are capable of.
If that is what you desire.
Very good. Then you all can follow me back down the stairs.
As Evangeline is like probably starting to herd us towards that direction, Voheim would point to the elder in the room and says,
Before I go down away from your delightful tower, might I have a word?
Certainly.
In private.
It was Voheim, was it? I can spare the
Yes.
time. As he kind of goes aside with you.
Before they go,
I would
can
say the
Oh.
Templar Knight Captain is the one that is kind of herding you back down the stairs. Evangeline doesn't seem to be leaving Elmander's side. She seems actually very hesitant, but Elmander gives her like it's fine.
before they go off, can Syretia say something to Voheim real quick?
Of course.
I think she'll just like lean up and be like, "Stay your temper, Voheim. Just try, please."
I promise.
Okay. Don't want any tension while we're here. And then she'll just give him a smile and then follow the others.
And before we have this conversation, I am in desperate need of a bio break. if you
Bio
guys would like
break.
this one.
Sounds good.
So hold that thought, Max. So,
I also started one.
as
Is the recording
all-
going again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
as you all are about to be herded back down the stairs, Voheim takes First Enchanter Elmander to the side, where he walks with his staff much like a walking stick. He is an old man. You can see he gets winded just from walking to the other side of the room with you.
Is
But he-
anyone else in the room? Or do we actually have the room?
So, middle of the room, Evangeline, still pacing around where the mage circle was. The rest
Mhm.
of you guys, this side of the room, about to go back down the spiral staircase. You guys are over here, having your own aside. And that seems to be all he's willing to give you at the moment.
Okay, so in a somewhat more hushed tone than normally, he looks this older gentleman up and down, and Voheim says,
A long time ago, my mother taught me that the easiest way to identify what kind of work a dwarf does is to look at the hands, or in some cases the lack of hands, the lack of a digit. You must look for the scrapes and the scars on the knuckles of the stonemason, or the liquid metal fused with the skin of the artisans, or in my case, the grime and dirt under the fingernails of the miner. You can tell a lot about a dwarf by looking at their hands. Similarly, my father told me that you can tell a lot about the future of an organization by looking at the second in command. You did us a great service by bringing us in out of the cold, and so I figure I owe you in return, in the form of this advice.
and he gestures with his head to Evangeline and says,
The moment that your age, that your weakness, or your willingness to bend the rules crosses her, you will be gotten rid of. She reeks of ambition. Consider this a warning.
Make I want to say intimidation check.
13.
13. I see there's many years of wisdom behind not only the palms of your hands, but also the experience hiding behind your eyes. It doesn't take a mage to see that. I've never been more passionate and careful about anything I've done in my life than what we're building here right now. And I will tell you, Master Voheim, that Evangeline has saved more lives than I could have ever imagined. She's helping me accomplish this dream of mine. For she too, as well as everyone in the hold, shares this vision.
Voheim nods, and he says,
I will speak to you just once more, and then I will leave. Last night, your second in command made a choice. The lives of my friends, or upholding of the rules. Before you die, you best trade into her what matters most.
and Voheim would give a slight bow and would head off down the stairs.
Your words are once again wise as he bows to you. But do be careful who you threatened. For now we are the hand that feeds.
Voheim looks over his shoulder and this is such a bad idea. Looks over his shoulder and just winks with one eye closed and says,
"Oh, well, we have a blood mage in our group. I think we'll be fine."
And I feel like that last comment Evangeline would hear. And as you pass, she just would go like you must really watch it.
Aren't you going to accompany me to make sure I don't get lost?
I think Shurston and her guard could handle you. And she looks up at the guard captain. And she kind of, gives a smile like, "Aw, thanks," but also like, "Yeah, you better watch it."
Voheim again sort of smirks and gives like a half bow to Evangeline and just says,
"You best mind your superior."
and then he goes off down the stairs.
And she gives you a little bit of a curtsy, but kind of like fumbles to the side a little bit as she readjusts her posture back towards Elmander as you guys leave down the stairs, following the guard captain, who you now know as Shurston. And she leads you back down from whence you came, back into the bottom level of the hold, where that resting area was. Allow me to introduce the two finest cooks in all of the Dales. We are admittedly not well supplied here. We are lacking many essentials still building up ourselves, making this school livable, able to support an entire class. And though we are few and limited in our resources, we eat very well, thanks to Chef Hannon and his assistant. And you all go down the stairs, and you go next to this fireplace with a giant spit roast in front of it, as well as a sort of bar area with cooking utensils scattered throughout. Lots of raw meats hung up. Something's already baking in an oven. Something's already, being roasted over a fire. And you see perhaps the largest, most muscular elf you've ever seen in your life, as he turns and wipes his hands off with a towel and meets your gaze and just goes, "Ah, yes, the new arrivals." Think like a very buff ginger Santa Claus.
Are you the cook? Well, everything smells great.
Much appreciated. I have yet to have a complaint here in the hold. Nor in the clan we once were part of.
Mm.
And he just goes like, "Mac, give him some of that bread." And behind him, you can see this individual he refers to as Mac, who is dwarfed in comparison to the size of this 6.5-foot elf. As you see this, like, 3-foot tall man made of what appears to be nothing but stone. It appears to be sandstone. And you can see he has, like, a very, like, oval, like, oblong-shaped head with one eye off center, glowing yellow, also adorned in a similar apron as the chef, Hannon, is adorned in. And he goes, as he turns around towards the spit roast and begins to outstretch an elongated arm and begins to rotate this pig and checks a pan on the campfire as you smell the sweet scent of some sweetened bread.
I think smelling all this really good food, she has a memory, like an old memory of before, long time before she met this group, and just one she hasn't thought about in a while, but one that makes her happy and kind of sad at the same time. Smells
I
really
know
good.
you probably have. And he gestures to you, Noctis. I know you've probably had it, but the rest of you, have you ever had Dalish bread?
No, I've heard about it.
I'll tell you what. It could feed a man your size, and he points to you, Saarebas, 3 times over in one serving.
That sounds
Just-
wonderfully efficient.
Yes, one loaf. One loaf! Should be perfectly adequate for any delves into the deep, dark dungeons of Dirloch, hey?
How many loaves do you have?
Why, as many as you would like.
Voheim, you
Dangerous.
have to share.
Voheim starts laughing and says,
Dangerous words.
No, I think also hearing that, Syretia's gonna look at Voheim and be like, you have to share. You can't have all of it.
The
Voheim-
senior enchanter has left me very well stocked. You won't have to share. You will all get your fill and then some.
Voheim
my
sits
job, after all.
down. Voheim sits down, winks at Syretia, and says,
Catch me if you can.
Well, we'll see about that. And she'll sit down next to him.
I'll sit down next to Syretia.
I'll remain standing.
"Oh, you're not gonna do the bench gag?"
Oh, you know what? That's good. Yeah, you know what? Yes, I'll.
Yes.
Like, I imagine like I'm constantly ducking my head a little bit when I'm going into like a smaller place like this. So I'll sit and try to take as little space as possible. Like pull my legs together in slightly discomfort, all scrunched up.
Marco.
He's like that one big guy in the tavern in the Tangled movie. Yeah, exactly. Yes, willing customers. Mac, it is ready. Get the bread out. And you just hear like another
It's like me and
As
Fred. I
this-
love it.
little golem, without putting on any mitts, just lifts up the pan, and
What a
this
champion.
steaming, what's the word? Pan full of bread
Trey.
wafts in wafts it scent in your direction as he sets it, just drops it on the table. Careful, he says.
Voheim is wringing his hands together.
I haven't had a hot meal in 5 days.
Noctis
Yes,
is already eating it.
I will actually, just in case, I'm going to cast detect poison and disease
Okay.
over the food.
Does that cost a spell slot?
Yes.
Voheim
would
has
say-
half a loaf in his mouth already.
Yeah, you see,
I don't
we're
know if it can be
doing great.
ritual casted, but I'll let you get away.
Wait,
with
hold
that
on.
one for free.
Are we? Is the dungeon dive going to be right after this? Like, should I save my spell slots? I didn't think that.
So, okay, I was explaining this to Natalie. Every time I imagine the events in this campaign, I always imagine it at night for some reason because I think it looks cool, and that does not account for the progression of time whatsoever. However, in this case, and specifically in session 2, you arrived at the hold in the dead of night, and it took a full 24 hours for you to awaken. So it is night again.
Okay. So it can be assumed we're going to rest up and then conquer the
Yes.
dungeon. Okay. So
Yes.
yes, I will cast detect poison and disease out of paranoia.
Mm-hmm. Um.
Poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of me.
Poisonous.
I love
actually
the
an
fact
interesting
that's
question.
what Saarebas did that. It's perfect.
I will say
Disease and poison?
it is not poisonous to any of you. That being said, this type of bread, whether served fresh or wrapped up to go, is often served with wild mushrooms, which can prove poisonous to like certain non-humanoid races, like not any of you.
Right.
Oh, if it's fine, then I'll go ahead and just eat. I just wanted to, just a bit of a paranoia on his part.
I-
I'll go ahead and.
Hannon is not looking to poison you.
Okay.
I figured he would do that.
I know they're strangers. Better to check.
I like the idea that while like Saarebas is casting detect poison and disease, Voheim's just digging in, and he said Noctis was also just kind of digging in. I like to think Syretia's probably the well-mannered one, is actually like, you know, taking her time with it, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like she would have been taught that manners is important, so she's trying to keep her manners intact the best she can. So, yeah, it's funny image.
You see, Mac, they all like. I have trained you well. You will be master gourmet in no time.
If I might ask, what is the nature of your companion?
Oh, him? Well, I found him in the hold. And now I'm training him to be as magnificent as I.
He does seem very nice.
Mhm.
Can I make something like a history check or something like how common are golems? Because I know that's like a dwarf
Not
thing in the game.
very,
Not
actually.
common at all.
So yeah, I could definitely see you making a history check if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and. Oof, no, that's not. That's 3 + 1, 4.
That's still something. It's not that one. You at least know that golems are almost unheard of outside of the deepest, darkest mines underneath Orzammar. They rarely are seen elsewhere. Some say there was a golem that traveled alongside the hero of Ferelden. Some say they assisted in the fight against the archdemon that they led. But other than that, history does not really speak of many golems outside of their dealings, particularly with dwarves who dig too deep. So it's very odd that it's in an ancient Orlesian Empire's old castle, now occupied by mages. It seems to have very little to do with what's going on here, but that is about all you can discern.
And where exactly did you say that you found this?
Well, this place was mostly abandoned when Elmander found it. Evangeline and Kirsten, they cleared the place out the best they could, but they saw no threat with Mac here. In fact, he seemed to guide them. He was helpful. So we keep him around. We help him wash the dishes. He helped us wash the dishes and our sheets. Who knows, maybe he'll make a good mage one day. I don't know.
Okay.
You just hear
I mean,
grunting noise.
I was offered to teach, so maybe I can give some lessons.
Well, no better way to teach than on a full stomach.
Exactly. You see, this guy's awesome.
Voheim, just beard full of crumbs, just looks at Hannon and just says,
You have anything to drink?
I have ale. I have water. I have.
Say no more, I'll take the ale.
Okay.
I'll take some water.
Is that kind of night? Okay.
I'll also take some water,
Night.
please.
I don't drink. I never have, but here's to those who do.
What do you mean by night?
It's night, I guess.
You know, when the sky is black and the stars shine.
Oh, blast. I thought this was breakfast and we were going to get 2 more meals.
and he slams his fist on the table.
Bread for
Hobbit
breakfast.
at heart.
Bread for lunch. Bread for supper. What's the difference?
Bread for every single meal. Just give me like 3 and I'll eat them all right now. All the meals done.
Are you saying that I slept through 2 meal times?
Oh no.
Any monsters that are down in those blasted caverns had better stay out of my way because they have deprived me. Now I must wait an entire night again.
This man thinks like me. I like you.
I think while all this is going on, Syretia's just quietly eating her food, and she's also like feeding berries to Odie on her shoulder, assuming he's still there. And
She's just pecking at him.
Yeah.
So, how tasty is his food?
I will say you all have varying history when it comes to Dalish cuisine, but this is the cream of the crop for most of you. This is not only highly appetizing, it tastes wonderful. It's also very fulfilling. This could easily serve as a wonderful supplement to your short rests should you go on an expedition deeper into the hold.
Epic. Hey, Syretia.
Hmm?
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's really good. Some of the best bread I've had in a while.
I look at your plate, and if you have any pieces, Noctis is gonna be like, "Are you gonna finish that?"
You just see like
Go ahead.
like Kirsten is like looking over your group, and she just goes like, "Well, there's always hope when we have food like this." I'm glad you all can understand that.
I think she's gonna look at Noctis and look at the food and then look back at them and then look back at the food and just cut a piece of it off and be like, "Here, you can have some of it."
Oh my gosh, you are the nicest person I've ever met. They're gonna eat it.
She's gonna eat the
I
other
really
half.
hope we can we can continue to hang out.
Yeah. Sorry. I think she was talking while she was chewing, which she's like,
I don't think anybody here at this table is gonna care if you talk with your mouth open.
Voheim turns towards you both, and in one breath, just crumbs everywhere. As he just says, incomprehensibly, he just says,
I agree 100%, whatever you said.
she's gonna finish chewing her food before she speaks again. Like, I know, but someone I knew would, I don't know. I just don't want to let him down. Sorry. It's just bad manners.
You know what? We all have someone that you don't want to let down, so it's fine.
Excuse me, pardon for interjecting. You two are very powerful magical type, yes? You are all powerful Qunari mage, and you are practically walking bomb of mage, right? As he gestures to you two.
Yeah.
Saarebas is so caught up in what might have been the first good meal in the last 20 years of his life that he's tearing up a little bit.
Aww. What do you mean?
Well, I'm sorry. Is it not to your liking? I could add a bit of garlic.
No, it is excellent. Even when I was not, under duress, Qunari food is less than appetizing. It's certainly wonderful to have food that isn't tainted by vermin several times over.
Well, you are welcome, my friend. The castle may be crawling with vermin, but never my bread.
And here's to that. So, what do you need? More mages?
Yes, those two over there. And he gestures to two very young, who appear to be struggling elves, that attempt to be casting somatic spells. Floral and Bingy over there. They don't know what they're doing. They're talking nonsense. They have no direction. They are ruining the atmosphere in our dining hall. Perhaps you could teach them a thing or two.
Okay. Noctis gets up and goes over.
I will also move
Hello.
over there.
My name is Professor Noctis. I'm here to teach you something.
Oh, you're the new professor? You just see this very thin-faced elf with a top knot who looks very tired.
I mean, I'm one of them.
He
This is the other
exaggerates.
one.
We are temporary workers here.
Oh, you're not staying?
I mean, we're staying as long as it takes to find the child we're hunting down because they got kidnapped and we're looking for a kidnapped child.
Whoa, what?
I think
I'm sorry.
Syretia is
I'm gonna go
Very
ahead and take Noctis aside real quick.
I think Syretia's gonna clear her throat very loudly.
I'm gonna take Noctis aside.
Mm.
Your elf, your honesty is admirable, but it may or may not be preferable if you avoid informing every party about everything we've done. Discretion is a
Advise.
discretion can be a
I love them.
I'm sorry. I always overshare. If you're probably right.
You don't need to apologize. Simply learn and move on.
And then moving on. Professor.
Well, and then you just see he kind of
you can
scratches
see
the back of his
this
head.
guy's cheesing, Noctis is smiling and giggling about it.
I'm sorry you lost your kid.
It's fine. Anyways, we saw you were struggling a little bit, and we're professors, so we're here to help.
Well, I'm not struggling. I've almost got it. I've been practicing all day.
What are you trying to do?
I'm Evangeline taught her evocation class, and I'm just trying to. I'm no good at offensive spells.
You're
I'm
more
trying my best.
defense.
I don't know what I'm good at, to be honest.
I think your first job needs to be finding out what you're good at. Because if you're not good at defense, then you should do offense. And if you're not good at offense, you should do defense.
Well, I guess I'm really good at casting dancing lights.
Oh, then you should work for, like, performers.
That's real nice, Teach. And he looks like kind of annoyed at this point.
No, I'm sorry. I was making jokes. Anyways, what's the spell you're working on?
He doesn't even know. The other girl with him says. He goes like, shut up. Look,
Do you know? I look at the other one.
Hey, I'm not part of this. I'm just a bystander.
Well, they said 2. They said those 2 over there.
Right. You failed your exam too, Floral.
Call her
Yeah.
out. Damn.
Neither of us could cast a firebolt if we wanted to. Do you two know
What
anything?
spells do I have? I can try.
Yeah, out of game. This is your chance to teach these two a spell out of your repertoire.
I'm gonna try to find the best one. If we need them as allies in the future.
I have one.
You
What
can
is it?
teach one of yours, and then I'll teach one of mine, or something like that.
So how is this exactly going to work?
Do we have to
So-
use our spell slot to teach them, or is it
No,
just
I'll say you can
Okay.
ritual cast it. Imagine, like, this is a very non-combat session.
Okay.
Okay.
Very, very much like you're gonna get a rest before you set out and do something violent.
Hey, so let me ask them. Actually, I'm gonna ask the. So it's Floral and Bingy.
Benji, yeah.
Might I ask then, what are you looking to accomplish?
It's a good question.
Well, Evangeline always says we don't really know what's further into the keep, let alone what dangers could be awaiting us outside of this place. Assuming we leave someday, we're gonna need to know how to defend ourselves. So, I don't know. Something that can burn something up? Maybe something that can disintegrate, explode?
I'll turn to Floral, see what she's looking to get out of this.
I just want to pass my tests.
She's so real for that, though. So it's like that. It's like
Even
that
for a C.
sometimes.
Hoping for an A.
Is there like a level cap?
They probably only know
Oh.
level 1 spells.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
Oh, okay.
If
I
you
was
want to
gonna-
teach them something more advanced, you could attempt. But that's the level they're working at. It'd be funny.
It would be funny for what?
As if you
I'm
had
sorry.
to say that.
Does it have to be a spell I have prepared, or is it can be anything I could show
I
off?
could say it's anything in your spell book.
Okay. So I know casting rules are weird for some. Hold on, I'm seeing because I was gonna try enhance ability. As a level 2 spell, but if they can't learn that, then
do it. This is your chance to teach them.
okay.
I was gonna try Vampiric Touch, which is a
Ooh,
third
that's a
level
level
spell.
3. Yeah, I was about to say, Kabul has that one.
I'll try it, but then if I can't, I'll probably just go for Mage Armor.
Okay. Let's have Sarah. Who wants to go first, actually?
I can go after. You had like a plan or something.
Yeah, okay.
You had your idea first. So
All right,
there
I'll
you
go ahead and I suppose I'll kneel so I can meet them at like head height.
Yep. Yeah, Syretia and Voheim are just watching, like, with buckets of popcorn, basically. As you meet their gaze.
I'm eating off my plate watching.
You see the Templars watch you as you teach.
I think Syretia will lean over to Voheim and be like, do you think they'll be good teachers? Do you think they'll get it? They don't seem to be very...
Oh no.
And she's talking about the students. She's looking at the students like, I'm not trained in magic, but it shouldn't be that hard, right?
Voheim turns to Syretia and just a shower of crumbs as he says,
right.
That's so funny.
I think she'll chuckle a bit and then, yeah, go back to watching them.
All right, so I'll look over the two youths and like. Well, I'll admit I have no formal training, but from my limited experiences with magic, it seems that apostates are all too eager to mindlessly destroy things. While my training is limited, I do think that the more subtle magics can be of far more use.
Okay, so we don't always have to go bigger. Sometimes we can go the smarter way. Right?
Indeed. There is a saying, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a head.
All you have is a hammer. Everything looks like a head.
If all you know how to do is destroy, that is all you'll seek to do. Magic is a very dangerous thing, but, well, it has the potential to be more than that. If you limit yourself... Sorry, I'm speaking nonsense. Let me just teach you the ability.
Saarebas the teacher. Let's
I
go.
feel like I'm learning way more than I did in class already.
If I to speak the truth, I find the idea of a mage school somewhat distasteful, but given how I learned, it's certainly a welcoming alternative.
Well, clearly it's working out for you. Maybe I could learn the way you did.
I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder very tightly. Like, things learned through pain are often not worth learning at all.
Okay, maybe teach me all you can without me getting hurt.
Right. All right. Yeah, I'll see if I can teach them the basics of enhance ability, because that has a lot of utility with what it can do, and it's not a kill spell.
Okay. Roll me just a straight wisdom check with advantage.
Wisdom with advantage. Okay.
Damn
Okay,
it, Annie.
First one was okay. 19 and okay, so 19.
19. Okay. So let me look up what enhance ability does while you describe how you're going about teaching.
Oh, sure,
these two
yeah.
youths.
So he's going to sort of, because he has no formal training, sort of go on a rambling tangent, sort of explaining through anecdotes and trying to figure out the best way to formulate his self-taught abilities into something resembling a lesson plan.
Okay. So these two listen very carefully to your rather personal stories interwoven into a magical lesson as they learn how to bolster the strength of themselves and their allies, how to bolster the dexterity of them and their allies, and all the other abilities that make up a person's character.
Oh, good.
And you see they mimic the somatic movements that you do. And with a 19, I'd say your lesson left very little to the imagination, and you've expressed your teachings very clearly to these two.
Actually.
And you see Benji just lights up and he just goes like, my head feels so clear. I don't know. I feel like anything else I could cast. I mean, maybe my dancing lights could glow all the bit brighter. Floral? She goes, it's clear that you're less of an idiot now. As you see that she ends up kind of like jogging in place, and you can see like there's a slight blur to her motions as she seems noticeably a little faster. He has boosted his intelligence, and she has boosted her dex successfully.
All
And
right.
that is a spell they now know. Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now it's my turn. I think Noctis is gonna go over to like the other room and just be like, hey, can I borrow some of your bread?
Of course.
You won't get it back. I'm
That's
sorry
okay.
to say
We have-
borrow.
we
I
have
meant
bread.
have.
Bread for days.
Voheim
Okay.
hides his plate.
Can I have 3?
As I said, bread for days, bread for months, bread for the years. Have it.
Awesome. I grab they grab like 3 breads and take them into the other room.
Before Noctis goes back, Syretia's gonna speak and be like, you got this, Noctis. You're gonna do great.
Thank you. I'm gonna do my best.
Whip them into shape.
That seems a little mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to whip us. We're good.
Oh, I wasn't planning to. I'm sorry. And they'll put like one of the breads down. I am gonna try to teach you something. You really only want to use it when it's like a last resort type of situation.
Okay.
It harms your enemy and also gives you back your I don't know how you would say it,
It's like
because I don't
it's
think
like
you
a leech spell.
kinda, yeah. You regain your strength, and they don't.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. He has no sleeves. He just does that. He does, but it goes down to like here.
They
So
both just exchange glances.
Roll it up anyway. Do it.
exactly. So what you want to do is you want to reach into the darkest spot in here, and you want to draw on that energy. And
I heard you were a blood mage. This isn't blood magic, is
I'm
it?
not teaching you blood magic. No.
I think he's teaching us blood magic.
Noctis is not beating the blood magic allegations.
You can see the Templar, like Shurston, just kind of like raises an eyebrow.
It is not blood magic. It's defensive magic.
She just Shurston just goes, "Excuse me, what school of magic is this spell from?"
Your mama.
Voheim is choking on
God.
his bread. Voheim starts choking on bread. Voheim desperately turns to Syretia and says,
She's, okay, sorry. She's gonna start doing the Heimlich, yeah, while trying to calm down.
Syretia and Voheim, you hear Shurston whisper to the Templar guards, like, if I see one drop of scarlet liquid, you dispel her immediately. Dispel him.
Anyway, you just want to draw on the energy inside you. I won't talk about dark energies, I guess, because that gives me a bad rap.
If you're sure it's okay.
It is. And then he'll like give a physical demonstration with the bread.
Okay. Roll me a charisma check with advantage.
"What circle of magic? Your mom."
I like how great Tal-Saarebas' lesson was.
I got it 23.
Blood mage rolls worst lesson asked to leave academy.
Is it 23?
23. Okay.
Yeah.
See, Shurston's watching this with a very keen eye as you begin these verbal and somatic components to the spell. And when you help these students cast it upon this bread, what exactly does this look like?
Sorry, I just read the quotes chat. I feel like how do I it's like almost like it would look really different if it was on like a humanoid person.
Okay.
But with bread, it just kind of looks like the nutrients, it shrivels.
So wait, is this blood magic then?
It's necrotic magic. It's
Okay.
necrotic. So
Necrotic. Okay, that's acceptable. There's a difference between blood magic and necromancy.
yeah, it's a necrotic spell. It's not blood magic.
You can see one of the Templar guards is like ready to go, but then Shurston just goes like, relax. And you can see with a 23 that Benji and Floral mimic your moves, and that you just see them like make this like squeezing motion with their hands at the end, and they see their loaves of bread shrivel up. And then they both just like stand up straight and they go like, mmm. 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 And they both like look at each other.
This is a spell you use as a last resort when you have nothing left to do.
Okay. It's a little it's tasty. I mean, I can taste the bread. I mean, does that mean we're gonna taste our enemy?
I honestly, I don't know. I haven't used it in a fight before yet.
You haven't? Wait, where'd you say you were from?
A cabin.
And Floral just goes like, uh-huh. Well, it clearly worked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
I think this is really going to help us on our next exam.
I would hope so. Tell your teacher Professor Noctis taught you.
All right, I'll pass the word along. Thanks a lot.
Of course.
And
you
thank
can always come back.
Mr. Saarebas. It was an honor.
Oh, I'm glad you learned something.
And you can
Hopefully what
see-
you've learned here can, well, be of any use.
I think it most definitely will. I think we've gotten a little jump started ahead of all the others. Annie, I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. And as you guys walk away from these two students, you can see them both like struggling to maintain the library like atmosphere of the room, as they're both kind of like giggling upon what they have learned they can do, the potential that they've unlocked. And they have learned 2 new spells.
And
Infernal
higher
Touch
level
and
spells
enhanced
than...
ability.
I was just gonna do a first level spell, but I was like, it would be so cool if Noctis could teach vampiric touch to people.
I love that they asked where Noctis was from. It's like a cabin. It just made me think of Zana. Where are you from? Heaven. I just had an immediate flashback to that. I'm sorry.
Heaven. I'm from heaven.
That was a great like response.
A cabin.
And it's a true response, so...
I know.
Shurstin just goes like, well done. That surpassed my expectations. I'll be honest. Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you make my job easy, giving me no reason to worry.
I wouldn't wanna.
And shoots a look to you.
I must admit, the natural predilection for mages, for the desire for destruction, it is troubling.
Yes, they have much to learn. They haven't seen the real world as you have, but they will. Our job is to make sure they're ready. It's our hope that we have teachers like you in the years going forward.
So this person's a Templar, right?
Yes. This is the Knight Captain. She is in charge of them.
I admit, the role of the Templar here is something that confuses me. We had a similar system where I was trained, though... On second thought, perhaps it wasn't too similar at all.
No, do explain. I'm quite interested.
Well...
We don't hear much from the Qun.
Think of it... I assume you are more like guards, and they are your wards. For the Qunari, well, we are all tools to be used. Some tools are used more roughly than others.
I'm really sorry that's how it is.
There's no need for an apology. It's simply how things are.
Well, the best I can offer is that you won't be treated as such here. In fact,
we'll see.
it's very clear you have inspired those two youths quite a lot. I believe there could be many more lessons to come, should you wish. Unless your business with this child will be preoccupying you.
I admit it is saddening to see children so young cursed with the burden of magic.
It is no curse. We Templars would love to see it flourish. And we are very glad we have not had to intervene thus far. Honestly, this is the most successful mage circle we've seen in some time.
How common sorry, I'm taking up way too much of the time. Go on.
No, absolutely, this is great.
Okay. So how, like, are mage circles, would their existence be well known to someone like a foreigner?
Yeah, I'd say anyone that's familiar with societies under the Chantry would have a pretty good understanding of how mage circles work. As a foreigner, I don't think you'd be as familiar, but you could probably make educated assumptions.
Okay.
The general dynamic being mage circles are a safe place for mages to learn, and Templars are essentially the police that keep them in check.
At this point in the Dragon Age timeline, like, how common is, like, apostasy for mages?
Actually, I'd say make a history check for that.
All right. Because I'm wondering, like, how common it is to just be like a wandering hedge mage or whatnot. Like, is that like a on death sort of thing if you're practicing that? Let's see. History. 14.
Okay, this is recent history, so it's not a high DC. I would say you're very aware that mages and Templars were at war, not but just a year or two ago. So tensions are very high. Mages and Templars have a lot of animosity towards each other, as, you know, neither group allows the other to flourish. However, under the perfect circumstances, it is a system that could potentially work on paper. So, following a straight-up war between two factions, apostates, generally speaking, join the cause of the mages and are not as common. However, with the war coming to like sort of a soft close, kind of like the Cold War, like it ended but not really, apostates grow again in numbers as the years go by.
Given the huge cultural difference and his lack of knowledge surrounding all of the intricacies of this, Saarebas is probably gonna stay quiet about too many of his opinions about magic then.
Okay. I, for one, hold no judgment towards the general use of magic, nor the Qun utilizing such abilities. It is wonderful to have you here. And she smiles up at you.
Could I make an insight check?
Absolutely. Probably smart against a Templar.
I just realized, so I might be too Baldur's Gate pilled. I can't just cast guidance for every skill check, right?
That's a question that I've debated myself a lot.
Because I figure that's something you should only do if you have, like, because it's verbal and somatic. You can't just do it in a conversation, like, cast! I'm from now on, like, how often should guidance come into, like, so, like, if I was hoping someone would pick a lock or something like that, yeah, but I imagine that guidance is not something that would really come up in, like, a conversational thing.
I'd say as long as you declare it before the roll is made, I think it's okay.
Okay, because it's a verbal component too, so I feel like I wasn't sure if like people were like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I definitely think it makes more sense to give guidance to other people and not yourself. But I think an argument could be made.
Okay, so it was 14.
14? That's pretty good. Insight?
Rolled an 8, so...
She kind of seems to be in genuine admiration for mages. She is essentially a sort of model Templar that isn't trying to abuse her power as a Templar to gain superiority over mages. She truly wants them to see them thrive. And she's very much happy that you are yet another case of magical excellence in this place she has committed herself to. However, you also note that she appears to be wanting to tell you something and can't exactly bring herself to tell you. She seems to be biting her tongue a little bit.
Noticing this, alright, I'll look at her more closely. Like, if there is something you must say to me, please speak it out loud.
And she just kind of looks to the guards around her. Like, that'll be all, gentlemen. I can handle the rest of this for the rest of the evening. And they both wordlessly leave her with your party. And she kind of looks around to make sure no one's like watching too intently. And leans in to you, Saarebas, and the rest of you. Before you all retire, there is something I must show you.
Okay.
As long as you promise to keep this a secret.
Okay. Sure.
I have learned and gotten better. Let's go.
I don't make requests these kind of requests lightly.
My lips are sealed.
Lead the way.
Okay. Well, the only places we've cleared out so far is the courtyard beyond the portcullis, the barracks, this hold, and the chapel. Everything beyond the chapel is... well, we don't know. Elmander doesn't exaggerate. Quite the opposite. We have no idea what we're getting into beyond there. What kind of secrets this place holds. But we'll need to secure it if we want to establish a school.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, before you all set off, allow me to accompany you through to the chapel.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
And Shurston kind of leads your group. Even seemingly trying, not only trying to avoid other students, but also the attention of her fellow Templars.
I confess, your secrecy is confusing me.
Like many things this evening, all will be revealed soon. We can speak freely once we're there.
Okay.
You can see the hold was very, the keep rather, was probably the most set up and secured part of the entirety of Dirloch hold. Everything was well lit, everything was well guarded, conversation could continue uninterrupted and safely. Everything was perfectly sound. As you venture through the halls, everything gets a bit more dim until everything is completely unlit. And you walk through this very, very dusty, cobweb-ridden, pews scattered, altars left unattended for who knows how long. A very shabby chapel. Very not well kept room area. As you proceed to walk through it, you can see that Shurston leads you to an old confessionary. And she kind of chuckles a little bit and goes like, well, confess.
Confess to what?
What I do?
I'll raise a single eyebrow, like, in confusion.
Am I about to go up in chains again?
She just laughs and just goes like, just a jest.
Oh, okay.
After you.
It's the confession thing?
Yeah, it's like one of those two-sided confessional booths.
Can I fit?
It's a little cramped, but yes.
Okay.
Are we supposed to all fit in there?
Who goes first?
I guess I will.
Yeah.
Okay. You step in, and Shurston goes like, on the wall by the border, there should be a lever about knee height.
I go and I look.
And
if I find it, I pull.
Yep. It's a very small lever, large switch. And after flicking it, it is revealed that there is a secret door that slides open beyond this confessional.
Epic, and he'll go through.
So, assuming everyone steps through, unless anyone is hesitant.
It's safe, guys. It's so cool.
You see a well-lit room.
I think Syretia would be hesitant at first, but when Noctis says, "It's fine, guys, it's cool," I think she'll go through after that. Kind of poke her in. What is this? What's in here? Go in.
It's a room.
Well, I can see that. What kind of room?
A lit one.
Oh, Noctis.
Yes.
You remind me of someone.
Me, myself, and I.
Yes, you. The only, as far as I know, the only other person in this room with me right now. Look back, see if the others have joined us.
So, for Voheim, it's but a casual stroll. For Saarebas, it is a feeling of a cave collapsing around you, as it is a very tight fit. But once through, you all are met with a chamber built like half storehouse, half nursery. And as you all step through,
Oh my gosh.
turns around as you see her in the middle of the room. You see Sherston walk up from behind you, following you through the secret door. He just goes like, "We haven't been telling the whole truth. But we plan to. And we know that you've been chosen." And you see Evangeline turn around, and cradled in her arms is little baby Dove.
Noctis immediately holds out his hand for the baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for my weapon.
And the baby just yawns.
Saarebas, I think she's okay.
So, all the secrecy to lead us alone to this room.
We're the only ones that know about Dove.
I knew that blood trails don't lie.
Me neither. I've learned enough about tracking to know that they don't. There's no way.
And Evangeline just kind of goes like, "Sorry. Not even the first enchanter knows." And as she kind of leans against this pillar, she kind of like winces in pain a little bit. And she looks at you, Syretia.
Mm-hmm.
You really got me good the other night.
Oh gosh, you're the dire wolf? I'm sorry I scared you so bad.
Well, I suspect you have many questions.
I do.
And that is actually where I'm going to end the session.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh.
Okay, no joke. I'm I was actually about to cast. There's this spell I have called Locate Object. And I was like, could I use that on the swaddling of the baby? And maybe. I mean, it would end up working out just fine. So
No, good call on the insight check.
Yeah. No, you said you described a nursery as like, wait a minute. Oh no. Is this? Yeah.
They have baby Dove.
It's a storehouse,
At
but
least
they've
it's like
repurposed it into
Yeah.
a nursery.
Right.
At least Dove isn't like in a terrible place.
That makes our job just a smidge easier.
Yeah.
Now we just stay here.
just for the rest of the time. Yep.
At least the piece is back on the board.
Okay. Actually, I want to ask real quick. Should I, or can I, re-prepare my spells for next session for a combat sort of thing? Or okay,
Absolutely. There will be a rest before you guys do anything.
And we got a long rest at the beginning of this session, right?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little unnecessary, 2 long rests, but that's
Okay.
just,
Because I reorganized my
Combos.
spells for the non-combat. Now it's like, if we're going into combat, I'm probably going to need to reorganize them again. But I know it's like only every long rest is
That was the intention, is like, it didn't really matter how many spell slots you've had for this session. It was more so like what spells you had ready to assist in like teaching or whatever you need to use for like social interactions. And then we can kind of go back to like our default loadout where it's like a blend of both for
Okay.
next session.
So the exact time
Was it an hour?
is an hour and 12 minutes.
Damn it.
Mine's a little shorter. I have an hour and 11 minutes. Almost. Yeah.
The power of RP.
Really though.
The power of what the players add.
It was great though.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
It was very good stuff.
so we'll have the eggs ready next time we see you.
I always underestimate. Always.
I mean, that's DMing in a nutshell, right? You have so much prepared, then the players they'll get all the meat off that bone.
Yeah.
Would you believe me if I told you I had a page and a half for this session?
No.
I just don't understand sometimes.
You just have a group of really good players. I know how to.
Yeah, I have veteran players.
move a
I always
session
underestimate it.
Yeah.